I don't think we've had a chance to talk to you since the official WBC announcement. How are you feeling about that? What went into your thinking when you were trying to decide whether to do it or not?
Yeah, something I wanted to do a couple years ago. Something that just I feel like anytime you get a chance to play for your country, I mean, for all these guys, right? Listen to Jung talk about playing for the Korean team is really cool, and I feel the same way about the USA team. And I think DeRosa texted me a lot over these past 3 years, and um, I just kind of I was actually with David Ross and Pat McAfee when I was like, all right, I'll do it, and I'm excited about it. I'm trying to treat this offseason as normal as possible, but definitely know there's going to be a little more adrenaline going into springtime.
Do you prepare differently?
No, because I'm still going to get a couple starts in before I leave. It's the same build-up that I've always done. Um, I think there's just there's an intensity part of it maybe that I've maybe amplified a little bit, but I think it's pretty much the same.
What were your talks with the team like as you were trying to decide?
Um, uh, Obviously they have their thoughts about it. I think that's known, but at the end of the day, it's my decision. So.
Logan, you may have done these fan fests before, but this crowd out here is really insane. What do you think of the numbers that showed up today?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I've done on the FanFest tour. I've only done Sacramento, so it's good to do a different one, and excited to see. I love the East Bay. Is this considered East Bay, right? Yeah. All right. I love the East Bay. I love being out here, and so it's fun to see the fans excited and ready to see everybody.
What's the vibe like in the clubhouse with the other players you speak with as you guys usher in a new era with the new manager?
Well, we haven't been in a clubhouse yet together, but I'm sure it'll be great. I think Tony brings a lot of energy, so hopefully we just kind of feed off of that.
You guys obviously added a couple of starters. How you feel about the state of rotation kind of heading into the season right now?
Yeah, I think Tyler Malley and Hauser are going to be great additions for us. And then you got all the young guys that we have already that'll that we're all excited about. I think at some point, and this is they could say the same thing. We just expect them to take that next step. And a lot of them have been in Arizona working out, and I've seen them a lot. So. Excited for all of them.
Logan, is there anybody in particular, aside from potentially some of your own teammates, who you're most excited to play with the WBC?
Well, Aaron Judge is obviously probably the main guy that I'm really excited to play with. I was involved in a lot of the Arson Judge situation, so I got to do the visit with him, and I wanted to be his teammate then, and now I get to do it, so it'll be exciting. We've texted back and forth a little bit, and it'll be fun to just watch a lot of these guys take BP, let alone play in the game.
I guess it might hinge on how your schedule works, but you kind of maybe want to lobby for that game against the Giants as part of Team USA.
I know when I'm pitching, and I know I'm not turning against the Giants. I'm not going to say when I'm pitching because I'm going to let Mark do that, and I don't want to be the one who says anything, but I will not be pitching against the Giants. I wanted to though, but.
Have you personally, had you known your two new starters prior to this?
No, I did not know them. I have not met either of them.
Okay.
But I played with a bunch of guys who played with Malley and Hauser. So talking to those guys, good guys. So.
Yeah. So you finished 500 last year, and these are the two main additions. Backup catcher and a couple of relievers. Is that enough?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we just got to go out and play better. There's those types of things are not my job. That's I'm not. I'm not the GM. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not the owner. I'm just. My job is to go out there and pitch every 5 days, and it's our job in the clubhouse, the 26 of us, and the coaching staff to just try to maximize our potential and value, and hopefully we just gotta do that.
And then the Dodgers will won it all, and they got Tucker and Diaz. Do you feel like hey, we should do more to catch up with those guys, or is that just a different world?
Still, man, you got some hard questions for me. Yeah, still, like I said, it's not my job to add guys or to do anything, and it's our job to go out there and try to compete. Obviously, yeah, I mean, it's not fun for me to watch the team that won it and the team that kicked our ass a lot last year. We go out and get some really good players, just to make it more difficult. But at the end of the day, you just gotta play better, gotta be better, and hopefully we do that.
You see an upside, especially in the rotation, not with just the two new guys, but you've seen most of all those young guys who are knocking on the door and might have an impact this year?
Yeah, I mean, from the get-go, I mean, you got Robbie's a Cy Young winner. He's an all-star last year. He looks really good right now. I've been able to watch him throw bullpens and be out in Arizona, so I'm super excited for him. I think he was a little disappointed about Denver last year, but he's ready to go. And same with Root, Birdsong. I'm super excited about. And there's a ton of guys. Trevor McDonald at the end of the year was really good. Wizen Hunt has a ton of. I mean, I could keep going on, but like I said before, you just gotta at some point you gotta step up and start doing it. As players, we all go through that little bit where you might get your butt kicked, but at some point you just gotta.
And you know more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my butt kicked a lot, and then it was kind of the same thing. I got sent to the bullpen. I was optioned that year. I was going to come back as a reliever. Injuries happened, and I became a starter. And you just kind of got to take that opportunity and run with it. And that's been my message with a lot of those guys.